Hello everyone, this is Captain Silban. Welcome aboard the Starship Normal Prize, and welcome to my other channel where we play games that, well, aren't space and strategy related, but this is different because it's not a strategy game. So I think it qualifies for the second channel. Anyways, welcome aboard the Starship Normal Prize for our first episode of Planet Crafter. Okay, so this is a game that came out in the early access about a week ago. I've had some of my friends play it. I've watched some people play it on Twitch. I decided to buy it for myself. I've been playing for the past couple hours before I decided to make a series on this, so it's a really fun, really interesting game. So, what is Planet Crafter? This game is basically a planet-wide terranization. Is that what the word is? Terrification. Basically, we're trying to colonize this, or we're trying to terraform this entire planet from a Mars-like planet to an Earth-like planet. That's the entire point of the game. So we're going to be gathering materials and making things to improve the atmosphere density and making things to warm up the planet and get oxygen going and whatnot. It's going to be a really interesting, a really fun game. It's still in very early access. Like I said, it went in early access about a week ago. The main thing that we can do in the game is do the whole colonization process, but there are things that they want to add in the game, like vehicles and probably different ways to terraform the planet, probably even multiplayer in the future, who knows. But yeah, let's check it out. So as you can see, this one up here is my one. This is my progress to how far I've gotten the planet completed. So we are going to do a new game. I want to name it. Let me name. Apparently we can't name it. I just have to remember that Survival 3 is this game. So in game modes, there's a few different game modes that we can do. Standard is just a standard experience. You drop some items when you die. This is kind of like the way the game's designed to play. Relaxing, chill experience. Dying has no consequences. Oxygen, health, and water decrease slower. Intense, every item in your inventory gets destroyed when you die. Oxygen, health, water decrease faster. And in hardcore, your save file is completely deleted when you die, and oxygen, health, and water decrease a lot faster. So yeah, those are the 4 different game modes. We're going to do standard because I haven't played the game enough to try the other modes. And in landing site, you have a bunch of different landing sites that you can do. You got the standard one, standard spawn location, recommended for first playthrough. Grand Rift, which apparently there's a place on the map called the Grand Rift that you'll spawn in. Same with the Sand Falls. And then random, which will just pick you a random spot on the map. We'll continue doing standard just to try to get this going a little bit better, since I'm kind of familiar with how that one works. And then you can join the newsletter and stuff if you want to get updates for when they decide to start updating the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I wish I could change the name. Yeah, I just gotta remember that number 3 is the recording series and number 1 is my offline series. Okay, so as you can see, as soon as you get in the game, you arrive in this little capsule, which actually looks pretty cool. It's got the little fan things, which I'm assuming gives you oxygen and whatnot. We got this little crafting menu, which will allow us to make some very basic crafting. We got the storage bay that comes with some very basic storage. I'm going to go ahead and grab a handful of this, just so we have it. This first one is space food, which your hunger is based off of your health. So space food will restore your health. The water bottle will restore your water. We have a I love how our character is T-posing. Yeah, so this is the equipment we can put on our character. And this guy over here is what we can use to build our stuff. So, first thing we need to construct is we need a builder so we can actually construct things. I usually just like to go all the way down this line so that we can just like build things and get stuff going and whatnot. So let's get we need 2 silicon and 2 magnesium, and all the ore and whatnot is kind of like scattered throughout the entire map. So we just need to pick it up Boop, 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 boop. And it tells you over there in the top left like what you should be doing in case you don't actually know. But like I said, I played this a little bit already, so I'm kind of familiar with how to actually start things out. Need another silicon. Where is silicon? But yeah, all the ore is kind of just scattered throughout the map. The ore does not respawn. We do eventually get hit by meteors, which will impact the ground and give you some ore. I think it's completely randomized, so I think you won't get like any of the special ore or whatnot from those events. You'll have to go out and grab that stuff. That's yep. And then once you get inside these buildings, they'll replenish your oxygen automatically. There are oxygen tanks that we can make, and then we can consume when we're out there, so we can stay outside longer. They do require resources that are not renewable, so you do have to be careful when you actually create them. We need magnesium too. I kind of forgot what I needed because I was talking too much. Where is the magnesium? I need all of the magnesium. Magnesium! There's one. Magnesium looks like a crystal to me. Like a standing up crystal. And I gotta remember that my oxygen level doesn't last too long. So we want to make sure that we don't venture too far away from our capsule. Otherwise we will die if we run out of oxygen. As we get stuff built and upgraded, we will be able to extend that longer. But for the time being, it doesn't really last that long. Need another magnesium. There you are. Your magnesium. Okay. Now we can come back and we can build our constructor, which allows us to build things. Ooh, come to the craft table. Build me a constructor. Now we need to open our inventory, put that on our person. Yay, and now we can click this button and we can actually build things. I'm not going to build things yet because I want to get the rest of the basic crafting stuff done first. So next we'll need the deconstructing microchip, which will allow us to deconstruct things that we don't want. So silicon and magnesium. Basically the same things that I found earlier. Just this time, I only need one of each. And we have a chest here. You'll find like some random chests just scattered throughout the area. This one has a squash seeds. It also has a bunch of basic materials that we can use and a blueprint microchip, which we'll get more of that in the future. But I'm gonna go ahead and take that. We needed the magnesium. Cool. I'll be back to grab that stuff in the future when we actually have something that we can store that stuff into, because we don't have anything to store at the moment. Ooh, okay, and now we want deconstruction microchip. Want to put that on our person. Cool. Now next we can make the torch, but it's not really that required. These two are probably more important than the torch for the moment. So let's go ahead and get ourselves an oxygen tank. This will increase our maximum oxygen capacity so we can run around out there a little bit longer. We need iron and magnesium. So here's a piece of iron. Let's go over here to that little storage bin we found, because I think it had more magnesium in it. Boop, 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 boop. No, I took the magnesium. Never mind. Need a magnesium. Need a magnesium! Here we go. Just found one. Grab that quickly and then make our way back before we run out of oxygen. I'm really curious to see what things will happen when things get done. Sorry about that weird sentence. My mom was telling me goodnight, and it kind of jumbled up my brain, so I just said whatever was on my mind. But yeah, so now we got oxygen. We can now go to this and build ourselves a larger oxygen tank, and now put it on our person. Now we can hold 145 oxygen instead of 100, so now we can go out there a little bit longer. We can also grab a bunch of cobalt so we can build oxygen capsules. I need to get a backpack so we can expand our inventory so we can carry a little bit more. So I'm going to do that next. Here's iron. Here's another iron. Okay, let's go expand our backpack so we can have more inventory space. Boop, boop, boop. Go. Now we need to equip. There we go. Now our equipment is completely full. So now we have more inventory space. We have a higher oxygen capacity. Now I want to build a bunch of oxygen capsules so we can run around without needing to worry too much about oxygen. Because it does get kind of annoying just having to constantly come back and forth to get more oxygen. Grabbing all of the cobalt. We can carry a lot. Let's just fill up our inventory with cobalt. Because at the moment it's not really used for much. There's some like more advanced tech that we'll get in the future that it's used for, but for the moment we're really just going to use it to create oxygen tanks. That's going to be its primary purpose. Let's grab you. See how our inventory is going. Let's go ahead and just fill up our oxygen real quick. Our water is starting to get a little bit low. Nothing too dangerous yet. I do have a water bottle on me. I will consume that when the water gets really low because it fills your meter all the way up. Where I think the space food only does 40 and water does 100%. So you want to go as low as possible with your water before you actually fill it, so you don't actually waste it. Water is kind of easy to get. Space food we're not actually going to be able to get, or the food is not going to be available till we get much further in the game because we have to grow our own food. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and convert all these to oxygen capsules. Alrighty, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oxygen bottles. That is plenty. And we do have a plant that we can use. We'll be using this here in a bit, not right now. We do have a bunch of space food. Now I need to gather iron and titanium so that we can start building a base. Iron, titanium. Are you titanium? You're iron. Okay. More ion. More ion. You have titanium? You. Sweet. Okay. That's a start. Where do we want to build our base? That moon looks amazing, by the way. And I'm really curious to see how all this is going to change when we slowly start colonizing this planet. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Okay, so let's go... we'll wait for it to go a little bit lower because oxygen tanks do the same thing. They fill your tank all the way up. So upgrading your tank is very important because then you can you don't have to have as many of these. Oxygen critical. Alright, so now we're full. We could probably make the base here with this magnesium. Maybe to get rid of this ice. My inventory is full, of course it is. Probably wouldn't be too bad. This probably wouldn't be too bad. I kind of like it. How do we... Oh, we just rotate the thing this way. Okay. I was hoping we could rotate the entire thing. Grab you. Let's go ahead, consume another one of these, consume some water. Two. I kind of want to start off with like a 6, maybe? More iron. Also, it's nighttime right now, which again, these planets look really interesting in the background. We can install a flashlight on our thing, but I don't have enough room for that yet, so we'll have to do that in the future. Grab all this iron. Okay. Make ourselves another living room. Link those together. And I want 6 of these. Need more iron and titanium. Boop, boop, boop. Oxygen levels low. Okay. Boop, boop. Silicon, iron. Okay, we need a couple more iron. What do you have? Silicon, cobalt, eggplant. Apparently we're gonna be living off of eggplant. Titanium. Okay, we need a couple more titanium. Iron, iron, iron. Lots of iron around here. Yeah. I know you're low on power. We'll fix that here in a bit. Also, okay, our capsule is right here. And our base is over there. Okay. Let's go ahead and fill up in the capsule real quick. Get our oxygen level back up. There we go. Continue being on the hunt for some more titanium. Get this built. Okay, so I got all the materials now to expand our base out to a 2x3. Now, I like how you can have your base anywhere in this game, and it can also be any type of like any type of expansion that you want. There's no like limit to what kind of like design or whatnot that you want, which is nice. I like games that are like that. I know you're low on power. We're going to fix that. So let's go 1, 2, and 3. Now I need to consume another oxygen capsule to get our oxygen level back up. There's titanium right here. Of course there is. Now we need a windmill. Requires 1 iron, so we have something to power this thing. And let's see, I want the entrance to be right here. Probably have 1 there and 1 on the other side, so we might have like windmills and whatnot over here on the right. There we go. Now have power. Now we need some sort of way to access it, which we need 1 iron and 1 titanium. Here's conveniently an iron right here and a titanium right here on this rock. Cool, cool, cool. And there we go. That's kind of weird, but okay. Now we have our base. And now every time we step inside here, we will get oxygen. And I'm going to put another one right here. So to build another one of those, we need an iron, titanium, and another silicon. So titanium, silicon. It's like the game just wants me to have those right here. They have all the materials I need. And iron. Okay. Hit the wrong button. Okay. So now we can go through our base. Alrighty, so now Next thing I usually like to make are our information screens. These ones will tell us what the heck is going on the planet, so we can just look at them at a quick glance. So the first thing we're going to need is the terraformation screen. So we need iron, cobalt, and silicon. Silicon. Boop. Cobalt. And iron. Yeah, in this game, there's no like power grids or whatnot, so we don't need to have like power lines whatnot attached to this stuff. It gives it power based as long as it's attached to the planet, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it does make it like less micromanagey, so we don't have to constantly hook things up all the time. But yeah, that's how power works. And so as long as we put this on the ground, the thing will have power. And I guess if we build another one of these somewhere else for like a different type of thing that we want to focus on, I guess it will have power, since as long as the power grid is attached to the planet, everything has power. Anyways, let's build our terraforming screen. I want that to be like right here. Allows me to actually put it here. Oh, I have it backwards. Why you no go here? It was just a little bit unaligned. So there's our terraformation information. So how much oxygen we've pumped into the atmosphere, how much heat that we are generating, or how much heat that we've improved on the planet, and how much pressure, or like atmospheric pressure, that we have improved on the planet. So far the planet has nothing, because we haven't done anything like that yet. We are still building the base. Still getting ready to actually do all that stuff. So next is our blueprint screen, which will tell us when we get our next major blueprints for which will be upgrades in this game. So we need iron and silicon. Boop boop boo. Boop boo. We need silicon. We need iron. Do. Alright, and then for our blueprint screen, it usually goes on the... Oh wait, you can actually put it up here. I had it on the floor on my playthrough. I had it like right here. But yeah, I guess we could actually put this up here if we really wanted to. This has to be really, really fickle. Let's see. So it can work like that if we really wanted it to. And I think I'll keep it on the floor like I did with my previous one. Might move it in the future. But now we can click this and we can look at all of the major upgrades that we can do as we improve the planet. So like terraformation, we can get backpack level 2 when we get that up to 300. Oxygen, we can get an indoor ladder if we get that up to 1 part per trillion. I believe that's what that is. And then we can get like veggie tube Mark II if we get up to 500 pentakelvin. I think that's what it is. That's a very, very low number. And then we can get the next oxygen tank where we get pressure up to 70 nano PAs. I don't remember what PA is. We usually use kilobars. No, we don't use kilobars. We use pounds per square inch, I think is what we use, because I'm an American, and I don't know, that's just what we always used. Okay, and then now next we need our energy levels. So this tells us how much energy that we're producing and putting out. We don't have to get these built, I just like getting these built because I like monitoring things. So we need iron, silicon, and magnesium. Or silicon. I always call it silicon. I don't know why. I've been like that my entire life. And here they are. Cool. Haven't had to venture that far. Okay. Go ahead and eat one of our meals because they only give you 40 health. They don't bring it up all the way. We're gonna wait a little bit longer before we do the hydrogen thing, or the hydration thing. And now we need this guy. Dip, hit the wrong button, didn't mean to do that. Now for this one, I like to keep it outside by our power plants so I can just monitor it from the power plants. So that's where it's gonna go. And then now if we click this, it'll tell us everything that's consuming power at the base, how much power we are consuming at the base, and then how much power we are producing and what's producing that power, and how much that's currently available to be used. Cool. Now we are going to build ourselves another wind turbine so we can actually start getting some things going now that we have all the basics done. Boo, boo, boo. Get ourselves a wind turbine. Boop. Cool. Now we got 2 wind turbines, so we have available output of 1.7 kilowatt hours, or 1.4. I know how to read. Alrighty. And our stuff is over here, so let's go ahead and get our I believe we can get the vegetable tube going. I need to go back to the capsule real quick and grab our plant sample, which we can put in the vegetable tube to start producing oxygen for the planet. So I'll be right back when I got that. Dang it, I just consumed an oxygen thing. I thought that was water. No! Oh well. While on our way back, let's harvest a little bit of ice. Oh yeah, I don't have a crafting table in the new base yet, so I need to grab a couple of these ice so we can turn these into water bottles, because we are about to die of dehydration, because I thought I had a couple water bottles on me, but it turns out they were oxygen bottles, because apparently I can't read. There we go. I now have 6 water bottles on me. We will make a couple of storage things in the... Actually, I could probably take this storage chest with me. Boop. Hee. Oh, and I can also take this with me too. Can I? Or is that part of the ship? That's probably part of the ship. Oh well. We'll be making one here shortly when we get some of the basic resources going for the planet. Yeah. Let's go back here. Put this in here so we have some sort of storage chest. In the future, we might have a couple floors or whatnot that has a bunch of resources in them, so that we have them ready to be used. So this over here is going to kind of be like the communications area. So I might make this area the storage area. Boo boo. Go. And let's put a couple of these water bottles on, and put, yeah, all but one of the space foods in there. That'll kind of be like our food and water stuff. Okay. And now that we got that under control, let's... Oh yeah, we can automatically make the crafting station. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and just knock that out so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna grab materials for the crafting station and the veggie tube, and I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back. Let's go ahead and build our crafting station. I'm just gonna put it here in the corner because I think that looks pretty good. And then we still have room here for another monitor and room here for a couple more monitors. And then we're also going to get our veggies going, which we'll probably put the veggies here, and then we'll put the heaters like right here. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Put the veggies there. And now we can put our little seedling in there. And now it is now producing oxygen while consuming energy from our wind turbines. So if we go over here, you'll notice that the oxygen levels are slowly climbing. Cool. And then we are getting terraformation, our terraformation index is now starting to rise. This is basically our grade for how good we are doing at colonizing this, or terraforming this planet. So cool. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this first episode here. In the next episode, I want to get heat and pressure going, and maybe start building some things or gathering a bunch of materials so that we can actually really start cranking this out. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Please leave a like if you are. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I'll check you guys out in the next video.